St. John 14 and 6. Now mind you, there's no name under heaven whereby man can be saved. Christ is whose blood, that's the blood that was shed on the cross for our sins. So first of all, if I'm a Christian, I'm going to listen and follow Christ's writings. I'm not going to find an excuse not to follow Christ's writings. Especially when it's written in the New Testament, when Christ warned that many shall come in my name, saying I am Christ, and shall deceive many. So first, I'm going to hold to Christ's writings first before any man, including Paul. If there's something I don't understand about Paul, if it seems that Paul's writings are getting in the way of Christ, I'm going to put them to the side until I understand Christ first. Okay, the theologian colleges strictly teach Paul the misunderstanding of Paul's writings with these preachers, purposely. And there's a book that we're going to bring out at a later date to show you that that was their plan. They realized they could not teach this psychology strictly using Christ's writings. So they said, listen, we must just strictly base our teachings on Paul's writings, because Paul's writings are hard to be understood by the masses. We'll inject our doctrine and just use Paul's writings while we inject our doctrine. It was calculated, and it was done by the Christian church, the European Christian church. All right? Read St. John 14 and 6. Read it.
St. John, chapter 14, verse 6.
Go ahead.
Yeshua saith unto them, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh unto the Father but by me.
Read it again.
Yeshua saith unto them, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh unto the Father but by me.
No man cometh to the Father but by who?
But by me.
But by Christ. That's number one. So if anyone's bringing me some misunderstandings or trying to use Paul's writings or the misunderstanding of Paul's writings to take down Christ, my question is, who are you following? Who are you following? Christ says he's the way, the truth, and the life, and no man cometh to the Father but by him. So if Christ says something, it stands, regardless of what you might think. If Christ say it, it stands. We're not to budge off of it, it stands. Period. Go to Matthew 5 and 17.
St. Matthew, chapter 5, verse 17.
Read.
Think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets.
Christ said with his own mouth. Don't even put in your mind. Think not means don't think. Think not means don't think. Don't even put it in your mind. Think not that I've come to what?
To destroy the law or the prophets.
Christ didn't come to take down the law of Moses or the prophets written of in the Old Testament. So any doctrine speaking to the contrary is Satan. Read.
I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill.
So Christ said with his own mouth, he did not come to destroy the law, but to fulfill the law. Because if he destroyed the law, he's destroying himself. He was written in the law. If you start questioning the law that was written, then that makes it open game to question Christ. It was in that same law that they're saying is done away with that Christ was prophesied to come. Think not. Christ said, don't put it in your mind. Don't think that I come to destroy the law or the prophets. I come not to destroy but to fulfill. He's fulfilling his role that was written in the Old Testament. It was in the law of Moses that said that a prophet will come of his brethren, and that we should follow him. So if we're saying the law is done away with, we're going to strike that. Read.
Verse 18. For verily, I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass.
Is heaven and earth still here? Yes. Is there still an earth? Yeah, we're living on it. This is Christ's words. Read.
For verily, I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law till all be fulfilled.
All must be fulfilled. So what does that mean? The law still stands. One jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law until all be fulfilled. Have Christ came back yet in the earth to reign? Has that been fulfilled? No. Where was that written of? In the Old Testament too, that he would come and reign. So by just making these blanket statements that the law is done away with, and we're not under law but under grace, and all these misunderstandings, you must first recognize and say, listen, I will follow Christ regardless of what. Maybe there's something I don't understand about Paul. If it's making me question Christ's writings. Right? Read on.
Verse 19. Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments.
Read it again.
Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments, and shall teach men so, he shall be called least in the kingdom of heaven.
So if you break these laws on purpose, then you teach in doctrine that it's okay to break the laws that the Most High gave Moses. If you teach this, you shall be least in the kingdom. You'll be the last into this kingdom, if you get there. Read.
But whosoever shall do and teach them, the same shall be great in the kingdom of heaven.
So how can you say the law is done away with? When Christ said with his own mouth, and call him a liar. Call Christ a liar. The Christian churches are calling him a liar. And they're making blanket statements that are not in the Bible. Well, we can't follow the law. If we cannot follow the law, what laws are you pushing in the church that you come down on your followers for not following? What laws are them? They do something according to the laws you make in the church, and you chastise them, you dismember them, you put them out, you do all types of things against them. So you're saying that your law is over Christ's law? Over the law written up that the Most High gave Moses? He usually gave those laws to Moses for nothing. Thou shalt not kill, that was in the law. Thou shalt not steal, that was in the law. So you can't just make a statement and say that the law is done away with. That's wrong. Read.
Verse 20. For I say unto you, that except your righteousness exceed the righteousness of the scribes and Pharisees, ye shall in no case enter into the kingdom of heaven.
See, and that was another clue right there. Because the Pharisees was using the law to put the people in bonds, to rule over them, to destroy the people, to kill the people. That's the part we can't deal with. We can't deal with judging others. That's the part. The Pharisees wanted to kill people, like the woman they pulled before Christ that was caught in the act of adultery. He said, "Ye without sin cast the first stone," because in the law of Moses, she was supposed to die. Christ died so that we could live. That's the part that's done away with, the law of sacrifice. But you can't make a blanket statement and say because you like pork, and because you like to sin or do things on purpose, that Christ died so you could sin. That's a misunderstanding of Paul's writings, and we're going to clear it up.